Ibar hits it in the air to right field, down the line, towards the pole, it is gone! Eric Ibar with his first home run in a Padres uniform puts San Diego on top 1-0. Takes Zach Greinke out of the yard. Oh, what a night it was last night for Eric Ibar and the San Diego Padres as they secured Game 2 of the 3-game series with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsilva along with Mark Sweeney. Welcome to Padres Baseball. It was a lot of fun here last night in Game 2 of the series and some bounce-back performances for quite a few guys, but it starts with Jhoulys Chacín.
Well, you think about it, there's going to be inconsistencies throughout the year, and you have to bounce back. Well, Jhoulys Chacín has brought on because of his experience. He had a tough one in Atlanta, and that's okay because you match that the next effort. Last night was spectacular. The slider was there, the two-seam fastball, obviously 8 innings pitched really helps the pitching staff. But Eric Ibar, he has gone through his struggles. The veteran shortstop is dependable defensively, but last night had one of the biggest hits of the year for the San Diego Padres and backed Jhoulys Chacín's effort.
And as a result, a chance to get the closer into the game. Brandon Maurer picks up his second save of the year.
Yeah, and this is incredible because you have to set up this bullpen, the strength of the club, and after that big home run by Ibar, you saw Brandon Maurer come in, gave up the hit to Pollock, but then he mowed him down, and with a guy on third base after he gets Goldschmidt, he ended up throwing the best pitch of the night, 3-2 count. He goes against Jake Lamb, who's having a great April, throws the best changeup, and a huge win for the Padres.
It was a lot of fun last night, and Will Myers had a base hit as part of last night's game. That means he's got a 10-game hitting streak. We'll find out what's different in 2017 as part of this streak when we come back. Around him is going to be a little bit different this year. He can get the cycle. He will get the cycle. Myers got himself now a 10-game hitting streak.
Congratulations, Will Myers. That is awesome. Wil Myers has been on an absolute tear. He's on a 10-game hitting streak right now. He leads the team in hits. As you see here, he's been absolutely outstanding. Now, there was a question last year. At the end of last season, he went into a little bit of a slump, and so we talked to him and asked him, Wil, what are you doing different this season? What are you doing in terms of your cage work to get ready to be on such a hot tear? Here's what he had to say.
I felt like last year I went into the cage to try to find a feeling or find like a swing, and you know, when you're struggling, you just don't find it. So you know, I was going to the cage not finding it and going out to the game still looking for it. So the thing I did this year is I will not look for any type of feeling or swing. I just want to get up there and be ready to hit the fastball and adjust anything else.
Was not the answer I was expecting. It turns out that actually for Wil Myers, less is more. He looks for the fastball and he goes to crush it. Hey, coming up right now, Clayton Richard. He's going to try to ground the Diamondbacks. Clayton Richard going against Corbin. Padres, Diamondbacks. First pitch coming up next right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Situation, energy in the building. This is what you want. He's got tough matchups.
Strike three, and that froze him. Both have been on point.
They've been very good.
It is gone! Padres fans standing as one here at Petco Park. He struck him out! A fun night at Petco Park here last night. Looking for the same tonight as Clayton Richard leading his team onto the field. It's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. And it is 69 degrees. Northwest breeze at 11 miles per hour in the forecast. Fair for the remainder of the evening. Right now, lots of sunshine above and blue skies as we get it started. Don Orsillo, Mark Sweeney, and Bob Scanlon with you for Game 3 of this three-game series. Torey Lovullo and his Diamondbacks here for the third game of the series, and they wrap up their three-city tour with a game tonight. We check out the starting lineup for the Diamondbacks. A.J. Pollock leading it off with Chris Owings in right field. Paul Goldschmidt at first base with Jake Lamb at third. Yasmani Tomas back in left field with Brandon Drury at second base. Chris Iannetta does the catching with Nick Ahmed at shortstop. And Patrick Corbin batting out of the 9th spot is the pitcher. And Clayton Richard on the mound tonight for the Padres.
Let's take a look at the 33-year-old left-hander making his 4th start. Second start here at Petco Park, and command tonight on his arm side, especially away from these right-handed hitters of the Diamondbacks, and also 5 double plays in his first start. His starts in the season, and now the ground ball rate always comes into play.
Well, he comes in with that 1-2 record. Really could be better than that. Certainly with some offensive support as his first pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one, and we are underway. A.J. Pollock has been on fire and a big difference maker for the Diamondbacks this year after his injury that occurred at the end of spring training last year. Doing yourself a favor if you can keep him off the base paths as well.
Well, Don, something to watch tonight, because you look at the first 4 guys in the order and they all have stolen bases. That is going to come into play. Try to stay out of the double play. It's going to be essential for the Diamondbacks.
Now Pollock swinging away and a ground ball to short. Ibar off balance throw, but gets it there in plenty of time. So Pollock retired for the game's first out. It's time now to check out the Padres defensively. Brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Left to right in the outfield, second straight night, Alan Cordoba is out there in left field. Manuel Margot in center and Hunter Renfroe in right. Third to first, Ryan Schimpf leading third baseman with 45 total chances at third base. Ibar at short, Solarte at second, Myers at first, and Hedges doing the catching tonight for Clayton Richard. So one down brings us to Chris Owings. And he'll take strike one. Owings tonight getting the start in right field. Saw him at shortstop. 308 average, a home run, and 6 runs batted in.
Well, it's going to be interesting to watch Clayton Richard work tonight. He has a good pace to himself, but he's also going to try to introduce that four-seam fastball and possibly elevate against these Diamondbacks. These Diamondbacks hitters against ground ball pitchers are hitting .313 coming in.
Popped up, shallow right. Solarte out, Renfroe in, and it's going to fall. Right in front of Renfroe. It appeared the Renfroe thought Solarte was going to catch that, and likewise, Solarte thinking Renfroe was going to take charge. Neither did, and it lands on the lawn in short right field.
Well, I've always say you have to err on the aggressive side if you're an outfielder, especially coming in on those mid-range balls. It's an hour earlier game tonight, so it comes into play. You see the sun in right field, so you wonder if that factored into it, but you have to be aggressive if you're an outfielder in those situations.
Yeah, last rays of sunshine over there in that right field corner, and the only guy dealing with it is Hunter Renfroe right now. He is standing in the bright sunshine as Paul Goldschmidt stands in, and Richard with that good move checks on first base, and Owings slipped off the bag on his return to the base.
Owings comes in tonight, 4 stolen bases on the year.
Good size lead at first, and again Richard noticed, so he checks on it. Paul Goldschmidt will be glad to see this road trip come to an end. He has hit it 138, 4 for 29 in this current trip for the Diamondbacks. No extra base hits and just 1 RBI in the first 9 games of this 10-game trip. Takes the strike and is down 0-1. So unusual for Goldschmidt to have those kinds of numbers.
Really is, and a spectacular hitter, and you just worry that he gets hot on a particular night, because he has that ability to not only get a couple hits but throughout those 4 for 5 nights as well.
Holding the baseball a long time and deals with a pitch outside. A personal streak going against the Padres on base streak in 18 straight games. That came to an end yesterday.
Well, that's the reason why he wants to get home right there. It tells you.
Likes Chase Field a lot. Throw to first again. Kind of late to react there was Owings, but he does get back. That was a tough move for Clayton Richard. Got to be tough on base runners.
Got to hold your ground at times, but a lot of those base runners will take a shorter lead when they're actually stealing a base. You watch Dave McKay, the longtime first base coach, dip in behind Chris Owings, trying to pick out something in his delivery, his move.
See him keep the stopwatch there. 1-1 to Goldschmidt, as holding the baseball a long time again is Richard, and now comes home. Goldschmidt swinging and missing and finds himself down 1-2.
Yeah, looked like Clayton Richard had a pause in that delivery right there. Held the runner very well, and then he delivers the pitch. The concentration to have not only to hold the runner but also throw that quality strike.
Goldschmidt named a National League All-Star for the 4th consecutive year last year. 297 average. And he'll strike out looking. Takes with him the first strikeout of the night for Clayton Richard. 2 down here in the first inning.
Well, the command of the outside part of the plate set this up, and you see the cutting action on that fastball. And again, credit Austin Hedges. Watch how he sticks this pitch right on the edge. Perfect pitch and a punch out.
So 2 down here in the first inning. It brings up Jake Lamb. Padres going into the shift on the right side as Solarte ducks out to short right field. Lamb off to a very good start. 304 average to begin the year. Slightly open stance from that left side. Lamb tied for 3rd in the National League in RBIs with 14. On the ground with a shift on the other way into left field. Cordoba, the left fielder, going to get it. Throw will go to 3rd, and Ibar was in the way, but he goes down trying to cover the bag. And safe at 3rd base is Owings. To 2nd base goes Jake Lamb. There's nobody over there on the left side of the infield, so Ibar raced over there to cover because they realized they had a chance to get Owings.
Now watch this play, and it's a quick pitch. Enables Lamb to keep that ball inside that 3rd base bag. And Cordoba, the young left fielder, goes in, and hopefully Eric Ibar is okay. That was dangerous play. See Chris Owings going in and clips that right leg. Those are some of the things with a young outfielder that's not typically an outfielder. That ball has to go to 2nd base.
And so it is a single for Jake Lamb. Took 2nd on the throw. So it's 2nd and 3rd now, 2 down, and Yasmani Tomas off balance with that cut for strike 1. Tomas returning to the lineup. Saw Chris Herman start in left field on Wednesday night. Nola wanting another left-handed bat in the lineup against Chacin last night, so Tomas on the bench to begin the game and back in the starting lineup tonight.
Well, he comes in 4 for 7 against Clayton Richard, so that's probably why he sat last night and again in tonight. He's very good against left-handed pitching, as you can see the average since 2015.
Second and 3rd with 2 down here in the first inning for the Diamondbacks, trying to get to Richard early. And Tomas again full. Good pitch. 1-2. Kept him off balance here with the breaking ball so far.
And you know what? Now you've set this up, and we all know that Yasmani Tomas will get out of the strike zone. Almost a scenario where you don't have to throw a strike, especially with that base open.
Try to get him to chase something here. There you go. First base open. Brandon Drury waiting on deck here for the Diamondbacks. And it evens at 2-2. Tomas with 2 home runs in the young season, 8 RBIs. Brandon Drury waiting on deck here. Diamondbacks batting in the first inning. Brewers did not score a run in last night's game, planked by the Padres. Tomas with a swing and a miss, strikes out at Richard out of the jam in the first inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning. The Padres are coming up when we come back. Baseball brought to you by Tough Turtle Turf, the industry's only lifetime turf. By Petco, your complete pet store with all the nutrition, supplies, and services you need. By Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. And by Honda. Hurry into the Honda Dream Garage sales event today. And Andy Green and the Padres getting out of a jam in that top half of the first inning and coming to bat here in the bottom of the first. Check out his lineup brought to you by Toyota. Manuel Margot is in center field, leading it off with Ryan Schimpf moving up the order to bat second and at third base. Will Myers is at first base with Hunter Renfroe in right. Yangervis Solarte at second base. Austin Hedges doing the catching. Eric Ibar at short. Alan Cordoba is in left field, and Clayton Richard batting out of the number 9 spot. Manuel Margot leading it off here for the Padres and dealing with Patrick Corbin tonight, the starter for the D-backs.
Aggressive style by Manny Margot. I like it because he looks like he has intent right from pitch number 1. Here's the scouting report on Patrick Corbin, the competitive, athletic, left-handed pitcher, but also start to start. The Diamondbacks would like to see a little more consistency out of this 2013 All-Star. Did go through Tommy John in 2014, so that bounce back has been a little inconsistent.
On the ground right side, and Drury will slide a step to his left and throws out Margot. Well, defensively tonight behind Patrick Corbin for the Diamondbacks. Left to right in the outfield, it is Yasmani Tomas in left field. A.J. Pollock at center. Chris Owings around in right with Jake Lamb at third. Nick Ahmed at shortstop. Brandon Drury at second base. Paul Goldschmidt at first. And Chris Iannetta doing the catching for Patrick Corbin. One out here in the bottom of the first inning, and here is Ryan Schimpf. He slides up into the 2 spot in the Padres order, and it's largely because of his success against Corbin. He does have a home run against Corbin.
Has a home run, but also the walk rate has been spiked, even though the average is not where he wants to be. And when you get into that 2 hole, especially when you look behind you in that on-deck circle with Will Myers coming in with those big numbers, you're probably going to get some more fastballs.
Will Myers, of course, riding the 10-game hitting streak coming into tonight's game. First time this year that Schimpf has batted second. He did it 6 times last year. And he takes the strike that evens the count at 2-2.
Well done with Patrick Corbin. Fastball, slider, changeup. But to left-handers, he's pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher. Fastball, slider. Doesn't throw too many changeups to lefties.
Strike 3 call. And Schimpf kind of got stunned with that pitch right there. And it's the first strikeout for Patrick Corbin. 2 down.
Well, he buckles him. You see the slider out of the hands in perfect location. Ryan took the fastball for strike 2, and then he gets a breaking ball right on the edge.
So 2 down here in the first inning, and it brings up Will Myers. Myers sitting at .359 coming into tonight's action, and off to a terrific start. 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. Strike call, picking up that outside corner.
Now you see Will Myers looking back into the crew chief, Jerry Davis, asking him a question. Where was that pitch? I like how they do that, because you want reference to where that is. If you're asking if it's down, if it's on the edge, that's some information that you need to know. And the umpires typically will give you a response.
Myers drives this towards deep left center field. Does that have enough? It is back, and that ball is gone. It does have enough. Will Myers hits his 4th home run of the year, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead.
he's pretty much locked in. And why? Because when you get mistakes, you crush mistakes. This had sound off the bat. And the leverage that he creates. And take a listen to this. That is sweet music.
Now Hunter Renfroe will take ball 1. That is a pretty swing for Will Myers. Renfroe has 3 home runs of his own, and healthy hack right there, but couldn't catch up, and it's 1-1.
Well, you get the sound, but you also get that slight pose on the finish.
Renfroe checking with home plate umpire Jerry Davis. You were talking about a little bit earlier. Is that where it's going to be? Is that?
Well, it looks a little wide on that outside, but if he's consistently giving it to him, you have to make that adjustment.
Hey, gone. The check he did, says Pat Holberg, first base umpire. And Renfroe strikes out to end the inning. But the Padres have taken a 1-0 lead against the Diamondbacks. Will Myers goes deep for the 4th time this year. 1-0 San Diego.
Thanks to that man. Will Myers, a solo shot in the 1st inning as we head to the top of the 2nd inning here at Petco Park. Clayton Richard out for his 2nd inning of work. And in talking to Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovullo about the approach against the sinker baller Clayton Richard, he said, look, we've got to try to elevate when pressed further. I say, how do you do that? He says, we have to put ourselves into uncomfortable count positions. In other words, we have to be patient and be willing to go 0-1, 0-2. That's contradictory to how this Diamondbacks team likes to swing. They like to go early, but they did it in the 1st inning. Fortunately, a lot of first pitch strikes thrown by Clayton Richard.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Pop up here off the bat of Drury, and it is Will Myers who makes the catch just back of first base.
No, it's a really good point that Torey Lovullo has, because you do have to have a sense of patience when you have a guy that has a 2-seamer that has action. Early in this game, you're seeing Clayton Richard on that arm side with the 2-seamer. But that's the connection, and you have to have a plan and attack. You can adjust mid-game, but that's a good plan of attack, and you have to be comfortable being able to hit with 2 strikes.
Chris Iannetta, the catcher, standing in.
See, that was given in the bottom part to the Padres, so that's going to be interesting to see that down and away spot that Jerry Davis, home plate umpire, has given.
Iannetta coming in, hitting safely in 4 consecutive games. Last year, spent the year with the Seattle Mariners. Last year, the natural rival for the Padres were the Seattle Mariners, and This year it'll be the Texas Rangers who will come here, and the Padres will go there.
Yeah, I never got the natural rivalry, even though I love Seattle.
I love Seattle.
Love going up there.
And they share the same spring training complex.
That's where it ends.
That's pretty much the end of it. Those two teams don't like each other. It gets nasty.
It gets nasty down in Peoria.
Yeah. Iannetta will chop it foul outside of third.
Especially when you go down to the Peoria complex. There's music on, during the spring training out in the backfields.
Yeah.
It gets angry.
And when they play each other, there's a lot of hugging. I've noticed that too.
Yeah, you stretch.
Yep.
You stretch a little bit on the lines, and you go to center field and you just talk.
Everybody hugs and talks. In the air foul off to the right out of play.
So I totally understand where that natural rivalry created.
Nasty. We'll see how the one with the Rangers goes.
Yeah.
And Clayton Richard wants a new baseball, throws that one out of play, and Iannetta so far off to a .238 start with his new team. Line down the left field line towards the corner. Cordoba going to dig it out. Iannetta digging his way to second base, and he will get to second standing with a double with one down here in the second. Third hit of the night for Arizona.
We get into 3-2, and Clayton Richard throws the two-seamer, just leaks over the middle plate just a little bit, but credit Iannetta hitting with 2 strikes.
One down, runner at second, and Nick Ahmed the batter. Sixth start that he has made, and is at shortstop tonight. On the ground and under the glove of Myers into right field. Iannetta will be waved around. Renfroe with the throw, and it will be not in time. Run will score. Throw got away, and moving up to second base is Ahmed. And let's see if Austin Hedges is okay. That may have hit him, that throw on a hop. Not sure where it got him, but he appeared to be a little stunned and slow to get up.
Well, you see Renfroe coming up, and I thought he had a really good shot to get Iannetta. Takes that second hop, and he catches that left hip of Iannetta. The good thing was he had his helmet on. Yes, it got jarred off. Here's the real speed. Such a dangerous play, especially when that throw comes up. And Chris Iannetta, the backstop, understands the concern. Anytime you get that collision at home plate.
And of course, he was standing in the baseline as well, right there. Looked like that was going to be close.
I remember so many times, Don, that the old school approach was take your mask off as soon as you knew there was a plate at the plate. And to the credit of Austin Hedges, keeping that helmet on might have protected it just enough. Need some time to just take inventory.
I don't know. We'll see here. Took a couple tosses here from Clayton Richard and talking it over. He says he's good. We'll keep an eye on it, as I'm sure the Padres will as well. Let's see how this goes. So the Diamondbacks have tied the score 1-1. It is a single for Ahmed. He took second on what they have charged an error to Renfroe on the throw. There is an RBI in the play, and it is now 1-1 here in the top of the second inning. Keep an eye on Austin Hedges. And at his elbows, he's kind of rubbing at it, getting him on the way by, and got him pretty good. And the mask came flying off. Catcher to catcher right there. Well, here is Patrick Corbin, the pitcher. Tardy on the cut for strike one. Corbin 0 for 5 so far at the plate. 5th season in the big leagues for him. 167 hitter as a pitcher.
Well, he's known for his hitting as well. Helps himself. Was second in the league, tied for second with 15 hits last year.
Well, Richard has been ahead of most. In fact, 8 of 9 first pitch strikes so far for Clayton. So he is getting ahead. Pickoff play at second, but Richard does not throw as Ibar had cheated in behind Ahmed at second base. Swing and a miss. Went lunging after that breaking ball. Couldn't get it. 3rd strikeout for Clayton Richard. 2 down in the inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, we saw in the bottom of the first for Will Myers having that home run, but getting on base in front of him. He's hit .444 with runners on. An infield defense, we saw it already come into play tonight. Clayton Richard, 35 ground ball outs, is second to Dallas Keuchel of the Houston Astros.
Richard, who has worked 6 innings or more in each of his 3 outings coming into this outing tonight. He's thrown 30 pitches through an inning and 2/3. And now deals with A.J. Pollock, who grounded out to shortstop first time up. Runner goes for third. The pitch is going to get away from Hedges. And diving into third base there was Ahmed, so he picks himself up, but no chance to try and score after the dive there to the bag. And a stolen base for Ahmed gets him 90 feet away.
I think the Diamondbacks are going to push the issue, especially with the base running.
And that's one thing that we certainly learned. Torey Lovullo's 6 weeks as the interim manager of the Red Sox. He's a very aggressive manager, likes to push the envelope. They're trying to create some runs right here for the Diamondbacks, who were held off the board entirely last night. Evens up at 1-1. Runners in scoring position, 2 for 6, 3 RBIs for Pollock. His last 3 games, 8 for 12 coming into this game tonight. Multiple hits in each of them, and he has been setting the table for the Diamondbacks. In the dirt, and nicely gathered that time by Hedges, sliding to his left. Richard had to battle to get out of the first inning unscathed. There's been another battle here in the second inning, so far allowing a run. And a ground ball down the line at third. It's a fair ball. Long throw, and he'll get it there. Ryan Schimpf, nice job. Long throw, and he got it done. We'll see here. The Diamondbacks may check this out. I thought maybe Myers came off the bag early. And Torey Lovullo holding up the umpires here for a second. And see if he wants to check it or not. Looking back towards his bench coach. And they will not challenge. So that is the end of the inning. The Diamondbacks get a run and tie the game 1-1. Bottom of the second inning in a 1-1 game from Petco Park in San Diego. Yangervis Solarte, Austin Hedges, and Eric Aybar expected to bat here in the inning. Solarte to shortstop, and Ahmed gets it there in plenty of time for the first out of the second inning. Shows off pretty good arm from shortstop. One away. Solarte retired, and that'll bring up Austin Hedges. Hedges appearing to be okay after taking an elbow to the mask and head. Chris Iannetta, and when he just stepped in there, Iannetta just tapped him.
Yeah, such a dangerous situation because Chris Iannetta understands he's been in plenty of collisions in his career.
So Iannetta kind of checking on him there, make sure he's all right. A little professional courtesy. The short again, Ahmed. And keeping his foot on the bag was Goldschmidt. 2 down. So 2 assists for Nick Ahmed at shortstop, and 2 quick ground ball outs here in the inning for Corbin. Takes us to the hero of last night's game, Eric Aybar. Had the home run, and that had to feel good. And his teammates were very happy for him last night. He's had a tough time at the plate and came up with a very big hit last night.
Well, 0 for 16 right before that big home run. But yes, you can see the admiration in the dugout after he hit that home run.
They thought they had him struck out the pitch before this. And for Greinke, kind of speeding up his bat a little bit, and Aybar taking it out of the yard to right. The only run of last night's game.
Oh, it was such a well-pitched game. You were wondering if one mistake was going to do it. And you're right, Don. The previous pitch could have easily been called a strike. He gets a 3-2, and that was the only bad slider that Greinke threw all night.
What a great job by Jhoulys Chacín in last night's game. Well, racing in is Lamb, and he'll throw to first base in time to get Aybar. Tied 1-1 through 2 from San Diego. Son. Now the Padres and the Diamondbacks tied up 1-1 to the third inning we go. And it'll be 2, 3, and 4 coming up here for the Diamondbacks. Chris Owings, Paul Goldschmidt, and Jake Lamb to face Clayton Richard. Thrown 34 pitches through the first 2. And first pitch swinging is Owings to short. And Aybar throws out Owings for the first out of the third inning.
Time now for the Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. And we're going to go back to the first inning against Paul Goldschmidt and committing to that down and away fastball. Continue to go after that, and then the four-seam fastball freezes up Paul Goldschmidt.
down here in the third, brings up Paul Goldschmidt. This looks like he is kind of guessing in between, just not Paul Goldschmidt like.
Yeah, everything's not together, and you got to be careful of that mid-range. That's where he gets his strength.
Mentioned this road trip for him. He's now 4 for 30 on the trip.
But you're right, Don. It's that connection between your legs and the timing issue that you want to get. He's fighting it, and when you fight it, you start guessing in and out. It's like a change up here.
Fooled on it, and it's 0-2.
When you're struggling at this level, you always seem like you step in the batter's box and you're 0-2. Foul balls when they make mistakes instead of putting them out in play.
Line to left field. That takes care of that. Goldschmidt goes down and gets that and rips it into the left field corner. He's headed for 2, and this is his first extra base hit of this road trip for the Diamondbacks. It's a 1-out double.
Well, when you have success at the big league level and consistency that Paul Goldschmidt has had, you don't worry about 2 strikes. Just don't want to unlock him. We've talked about his struggles on the road. He's a very good hitter.
It's a 1-out runner at second, and it brings up Jake Lamb from the left side. Clayton Richards so far 3 ground ball outs in this game. He's been an extreme ground ball pitcher in his first 3 starts of the year, and of course last year. And with a tough time on the road as well as Goldschmidt. Really since the All-Star break of last year. Loves Chase Field though. Pickoff play at second, and back to the bag safely is Goldschmidt. And Ibar cheating in behind him. Richard able to get Owings to ground out, but Goldschmidt with a double to left field. And time called as Lamb backs out. So far for Richard, these kind of been stress innings, guys in scoring position in each inning so far.
Well, and when you're pitching out of the stretch, you have to make quality pitches. Just like that.
4th start of the year for Clayton, coming in at 1 and 2 individually. A 3.60 earned run average. Touched for a run in the 2nd inning. Bluffs off the backside, no throw.
Well, Don, you can see Eric Ibar behind there, typically shifting on Jake Lamb. So positioning defensively right behind Paul Goldschmidt will keep him closer to second base.
He's coming in again. Lamb down the left field line. Cordoba on the run, and that ball be a foul ball. Fortunately for the Padres, a foul ball down that left field line.
Now that makes it very difficult for the left fielder, especially when you're playing over. See how close it is. You run out of space down there because you're on a full sprint. You have to start slowing down because that's a very hard wall. It's padded, but that's cement behind the pads.
Very little foul ground down there, but it found it.
You see a lot of outfielders that'll start sliding on those line drives just to be able to stop before you run into that wall.
Cordoba having some fun with Manuel Margot out in center field, and his 2nd start out there in left field. Back-to-back nights. And fouling it off, and it remains 1 and 2. They're playing here for Lamb to go the other way. Is Margot moving into left center field, and well off the line in right is Renfroe.
Well, with a 1-2 count, sporadically Clayton Richard will elevate a fastball, the 4-seamer, up at the top of the zone.
On the ground to first base, Myers will collect it and take it to the bag himself as Goldschmidt takes 3rd base. It's time now for the Arco top tier player profile. We were looking into that ground ball percentages by starters we were talking about earlier. 74.2 for Clayton Richard, on top of a very impressive list in that category.
Well, Dallas Keuchel, 2015 Cy Young Award winner in the American League, and he is known for inducing the ground balls. That tells you setting the bar. Clayton Richard has done that.
4.89 ground balls to fastballs ratio, highest in the majors. Right-handed batters, 5 of 15 missing on swings. Yasmani Tomas getting his second look at Clayton Richard. Struck out swinging against him in the first and left 2 men on at second and third in that first inning for the Diamondbacks.
You wonder if Clayton Richard is going to give in this scenario with the base open.
Saw the numbers for Tomas, 4 for 8 against Richard, and Richard got the better of him in the first inning, but now with a runner 90 feet away, a chance for Tomas to do some damage. Game tied 1-1. Threatening are the Diamondbacks here in the top of the third inning. Tomas with a wild swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. 2-2. You can get him to chase.
Yes, you can. And you see the slider starts as a strike and dives out of the strike zone.
Thinking to himself right now, what's he going to try and do to me?
It's not a good position to be in.
2-2 from Clayton Richard. On the ground, back to Richard. Nicely fielded, and he'll flip to first base underhanded to end the inning. Now Goldschmidt is left at third. This game's tied 1-1. How about Carlos Beltran with his new team, the Houston Astros, getting his first home run in an Astros uniform. And a 2-1 win over the Angels, and what a start for the Astros out of the gate. Houston right now 11-5 with that victory today atop the American League West, and a great pickup. Beltran, who brings so much experience, so much postseason experience as well to the Astros.
You think about the start that the Texas Rangers have had, coupled with Houston Astros. Texas 5-10, and they dominated the Houston Astros. So how important it is to get off to a good start for them. That's a talented club that a lot of people believe that not only will they make the playoffs, but go deep in the playoffs.
Cordoba turns on this, but lifts a fly ball to left. Tomas looking up into the twilight, and he makes the catch out there in left field for the first out at the bottom of the third inning. Well, the Astros off to a great start, and you know, it is an interesting team. Really, I think kind of a disappointing team last year because they were expected to do a lot more than they did, and this year even better.
Yeah, you wonder if they're going to add to their starting rotation. I think a lot of people are wondering if Quintana for the White Sox will be available for them. It's a good start for A.J. Hinch's Houston Astros.
Now Clayton Richard so far 1 for 5 on the year. Overall in his career, a 117 hitter. And lifts a fly ball to center field. A.J. Pollock in center. 2 down. Well, the day after the Padres score 5 or more runs, get 50% off any regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. Enter promo code Padres5.
I love pizza.
2 down here in the third inning. Well, Margot, who grounded out to second base in the first inning, 0 for 1. A lot of ground ball out so far for Corbin. We've done a lot of talking about Clayton Richard and his ground ball outs. But 4 so far here through 2 2/3 innings for Corbin. On the ground again. It is a fair ball. Lamb crossed the diamond for out number 3, and that ends the third inning. Margot thought it was a foul ball. Let's see if the Padres going to challenge that, and Andy Green is out of the dugout, and he is talking to home plate umpire Jerry Davis, so we'll see here. Got another look. Did it go over the bag? I think it did.
Yeah, I think it did too.
And apparently the Padres think so too. They are not going to challenge. So that is out number 3. Game tied 1-1 through 3 from Petco Park in San Diego. To the top half of the 4th inning. And Clayton Richard back on the mound again, and that is strike 1 to Brandon Drury. We're getting a second look at Richard tonight. Popped out to Will Myers at first base in the second inning.
Yes, he did.
They'll check. No.
Whoa.
Wow. Pat Hoberg said it didn't go.
He even held it there for him.
Yeah. I think I'd like to see that one again.
Wow.
All the ball, 1-1. Fly ball, right field. Renfroe makes his way in. Sun no longer a problem here tonight at Petco Park, and that is out number 1 at the top of the 4th inning. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. Most innings by starters in the Padres, logging some innings, 89 2/3 innings. That is 3rd. Starters doing a good job.
Well, Don, this is a good sign, because if you think about the Padres and what they expect and how they're going to mature in the game, these starters have to go deeper, and they've done just that. Clayton Richard in his first start in Los Angeles, 8 innings. Set the tone for a lot of these guys' effort. Luis Perdomo sounds like he's going to be pitching on Sunday, which is a good sign.
In there for a strike, and it is 1-1. Padres have had with 3 starters so far on the DL too. You take that into consideration. Trevor Cahill, of course, Luis Perdomo, and more recently Jared Cozart going on the DL. Grounded foul, and it evens up at 2-2. Bob Scanlon.
You know, Don, it's been interesting. We thought that Clayton Richard might elevate the ball tonight to complement that sinker, but really it was established in the first inning when he threw first pitch strikes to the first 4 batters. They took him for strikes, and Jerry Davis is calling that pitch at the knees. What does that tell Clayton? I don't need to elevate. He stays down there, and he's doing the opposite. He can go lower than low now because he's getting that called strike at the knees.
Well, gets a grounder there, but it makes its way through the left side, and Iannetta on again, 2 for 2 in the game.
Bob, wanted to ask you in an instructional tonight with you and Steve Finley, you talked about changing the eye level. How important is that from the pitcher's perspective, especially when you have that 2-seamer?
You know, it's hugely important, especially if you're not getting those calls at the knees early in the game, Sweens, because what it does is it allows the hitter to be a little bit more patient, not have to chase that as much, so then you have to elevate, which gives you a little bit more breathing room down and away. But the good thing for Clayton tonight was that first inning, Jerry Davis showed him, look, I'm going to give you that strike knee high. And if that's the case, and Clayton's seen it, it doesn't force him to elevate up because he can go lower than lower, and the hitters start having to chase, and that's been his pattern so far. Now, whether it remains that way remains to be seen, but we know that Clayton has that weapon if he needs to go to it. Sweens, as a hitter, if you're getting that pitch called strike at the knees, doesn't it force you to start being a little bit more aggressive down there?
It sure does. It's more east-west rather than north-south when it comes down to what you're trying to look for from a sinker baller. Heard Steve Finley talk about in the instructional, you want to try to elevate a sinker because it does flatten out, doesn't have that bottom to it that you'll see. That's the reason why he induces so many ground balls.
But you see, like that pitch right there, if I get the call strike in the knees against you, now you feel like I have to start swinging at that a little bit. And once you start swinging at those lower pitches, it gives the pitcher the ability to, okay, you went for that one, I'm going to go a little bit lower, like you did on that last pitch right there.
So far, 5 ground ball outs for Clayton Richard. 1 out, 1 on. And this one fouled to the screen to even the count at 2-2. Nick Ahmed singled to right field and drove in a run in the second inning.
Sweens, at what point do you start catching yourself as a hitter and just saying, this guy's getting me to chase sliders lower and lower and lower?
Yeah, it's a battle all the time. And
to right field, Renfroe moving back. 2 down.
Think about what you're trying to do as a hitter is obviously elevate. If he's not going to do it, you got to trust that what Torey Lovullo is trying to ask these Diamondback hitters to do is hit with 2 strikes, and a couple of them have been successful tonight. Obviously, Paul Goldschmidt, his last at bat, but it's a constant battle of trying to capitalize on those minimal mistakes.
Two down, and the pitcher, Patrick Corbin, now. He struck out swinging in the second inning, one of 3 strikeouts in the game for Clayton Richard. Wild swing and a miss there. I guess it's interesting too that, you know, if he is going to get that strike called as low as it is, to kind of change the game plan based on the strike zone that he's getting from home plate umpire Jerry Davis.
Yeah, and I think that's the adjustment. So many people are talking about an electronic strike zone, so it's consistent. I like the human element when it comes down to it, because you see that bottom of the zone is called tonight.
That'll get away not far enough for Iannetta to try it.
Amen. Preach on, Sweens. I'm not for that electronic strike zone.
No, you know what, Scan and Don, you have to understand from a hitter's perspective, there's adjustments within game, and you have to have that ability. Yes, you can have arguments, and I don't mind guys that are fighting for themselves, but we know it's a low strike zone. You're going to have to deal with it tonight.
Corbin chases after that and strikes out. Fourth strikeout for Richard. Well, it's a 1-1 game, and Ryan Schimpf will lead it off when we come back in the bottom of the fourth inning. Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sycuan Casino. Sign up for the Padres Club Card today. By Jack in the Box. Try the Double Jack Combo for just $4.99 only at Jack in the Box. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Well, Will Myers homered for the Padres tonight, and Diamondbacks have a run of their own. They got that in the top of the second, tied 1-1. To the bottom of the fourth inning we go, and 2, 3, and 4 featured for San Diego in the inning. Ryan Schimpf, Will Myers, and Hunter Renfroe. Schimpf getting his second look at Corbin. He struck out looking against him in the first. One of 2 strikeouts on the night for Corbin. Ryan looking for his first hit of the series here against the Diamondbacks. And ahead 2-0. Very selective. Schimpf did not walk yesterday, but 15 walks this season, the most in the majors.
Well, he had one game where he walked 4 times, but you want Ryan Schimpf to start being a little more aggressive in the zone and possibly working on those foul balls. That really bothers you when your numbers aren't where you want to be.
3-0 pitch, and he is taking a strike.
Now everything has been on that glove side for Patrick Corbin against Ryan Schimpf. He did strike him out on the breaking ball last time, but look out over the plate and adjust.
Corbin battling back here. Will Myers waiting on deck, and then Hunter Renfroe will be along here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Swing and a miss, comes back to strike out Schimpf for the second time tonight, and that's 3 strikeouts in the game for Patrick Corbin. Back in the the first inning. Will Myers connecting on his 4th home run of the year and extending his hitting streak now to 11 games. At the time, gave the Padres the 1-0 advantage. Now tied up 1-1 as he comes up, and a look at the 11-game stretch for him. 17 hits, 425 batting average, about the slugging percentage, and 3 home runs during that time.
Well, you just wonder as this season goes on how many pitches he is going to get, even if he's not hot. Identifying Will Myers as the guy you cannot let him beat you.
Hot shot, picked at second by Drury. His throw is going to be dug out, but not in time. Nice pick out there, as it turned out for the Diamondbacks, but throw is in the dirt and late, and Myers beats it out.
Well, it looked like Brandon Drury had a little bit of a bobble. Outstretched play on an absolute bullet. It actually knuckled. Nice play by Drury, but there it is. The little bobble and the hustle with Will Myers getting down the line. Always running, knowing that defensive shift. You run in frustration, he beats it out.
Well, a base hit for Will Myers, his 2nd of the night. And Hunter Renfroe now bats. Struck out in the first. Myers takes off. They had a feeling, and the throw down there with a couple of guys covering the bag, but they do get him out. Both the shortstop Ahmed and Drury were covering at second base, but went on first move and kind of guessed wrong.
You see this a lot against left-handers. You have to take your opportunity. Will Myers has not been running too many times. That's a double tag.
Scan, this is one of the things you were talking to Andy Green about before the game. Myers was talking about.
Say again?
He was talking about being a 40-40 guy perhaps, and hasn't had a stolen base this year. Little confusion as to who was going to cover there at second base.
I'm just glad they didn't review that, because how do you know who had the ball?
I could tell. It is a caught stealing. Still looking for that first theft of the year. Renfroe will take it down and in. Myers has both the hits that the Padres have in this game so far against Corbin. Inside, and it's 3-1. 43 pitches so far for Corbin. And Renfroe chasing after that pitch.
Now 3-1 changeup, pitching backwards.
Chopped left side. The backhand goes Ahmed. Good, strong, accurate throw ends the inning. Play 4 tonight. Tied at 1. Big story from around Major League Baseball. And how about Eric Thames, his return to the major leagues, getting his 8th home run of the season.
Ended up being a star over in the Korean League for the DC Dinos. And he's putting on a show, hitting .415 in the big leagues. Hitting second in that Brewer lineup and playing first base. It's been a really good sign for them.
I saw him during spring training. He was swinging a hot bat, but you kind of got to wonder a little bit there. You say to yourself, well, it's spring training and you can't get too excited. But boy, he had a very good spring and brought it into the regular season in a big way.
Well, he's hitting second in that lineup in front of Ryan Braun, who is also hitting well. The Brewers offense has been very good to start the season.
A.J. Pollock leading it off here for the Diamondbacks in the 5th. And a grounder softly to Myers as Richards going to head over there, but Myers wins the race to the bag. It's time now for the Fan Diego fans of the game. Having a good time tonight here at Petco Park. The finale of the 3-game series. A little earlier start tonight.
I like the early start.
I do too. Clayton Richard getting another ground ball out. That's 6 on the night. And the first out here of the 5th inning. Chris Owings 1 for 2 in the game. Now, if you are facing Clayton Richard, I mean, you've got to be expecting stuff that is going to be down.
Yeah, everything's down and hasn't really had to go glove side too many times.
Ibar slides to his left. The throw is going to be close, and they got him. Will Myers on a good stretch there. He elected to go to the back end. Looked like he was going to try to make the catch. Basket style there at first. And a nice play by Ibar to his left and kind of into a slide.
Watch how Eric Ibar makes this play. Goes to his left and goes into the slide. So he's in a perfect throwing position in the strong arm. And as you said, Don, that backhanded pick for Will Myers, but the stretch. What a spectacular play by the veteran shortstop.
2 down for Paul Goldschmidt. He struck out looking in the first inning, then doubled in the 3rd. Field deep and straight away on the power hitting first baseman. Four strikeouts, 7 groundouts, 3 flyouts so far for Clayton Richard. He had 2 groundouts in this inning. The first 2 batters. And a swing and a miss. He has struck out Paul Goldschmidt for the 2nd time tonight. A 1-2-3 5th. First time Richard has enjoyed a 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway through. Game tied 1-1.
The fifth, and MLB TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Last half of the fifth inning, Patrick Corbin back on the mound here for the Diamondbacks. And it's Yangervis Solarte. Rounded out shortstop in the second inning. Six ground ball outs for Corbin himself.
You see him driving the baseball down in that lower quadrant of the strike zone a lot tonight. That's been the key for him, and also Clayton Richard.
He lost his last outing against the Dodgers. High ball down the right field line out of play. It's an 8-4 loss. Dodger Stadium, part of this trip for the Diamondbacks. And Corbin allowing 5 runs, 3 earned in 6 innings of work. In his career against the Padres, individually 3 and 4 in 11 career starts and a 3.54. And even 50 pitches for him here. Pretty economical. Tap foul, still 2-2. Solarte, Hedges, and Ibar to bat here in the bottom of the fifth inning. On the ground to third and through the legs of Jake Lamb. Tomas over to play it, thinking 2 is Solarte. Throw to second base. Solarte will be safe. Head first. Dive at second base for Solarte. I'm not sure if they changed direction on Lamb or what down there at third base after it hit the dirt.
Now the two-seamer, and you could see coming in towards the plate. This looks like an old-fashioned boot.
I thought so too. They've credited him with a double.
Well, the love that you see from Solarte taking that extra base was the key to that play.
So no error on Jake Lamb down there at third base.
No, I'm sorry, Yangervis. I think that's an error.
Standing at second to start the fifth, and Hedges trying to go the other way to move the runner along, and he fouls it off down the right field line. Hedges getting his second at bat against Corbin tonight. Grounded out to short in the second.
Well, priority #1 here, especially runs are a premium. You got to get Yangervis Solarte over to third base.
Base hit will do into center field. Solarte to third as Pollock bobbled it, dropped it out there, but Solarte will not advance any further. And it's first and third now. Nobody out in the bottom of the fifth inning. Hedges gets a base hit. Solidly struck.
Well, having the right thought in mind, and this is a bullet up the middle. And Yangervis Solarte has to freeze, but he cruises into third base, and with the bobble, could have made it very interesting.
Just couldn't hold on to the baseball.
Yeah, that's traveling.
So at the corners with nobody out. Solarte at third. Hedges cross the diamond at first. This crowd alive at Petco Park as Erick Aybar stands in. Aybar with a home run last night, the big hit, trying to come up with another big one here tonight. Line to left, it is a fair ball. Down into the left field corner, Solarte has scored. Hedges going to try and score from first base. The throw to the plate will be late, and the Padres take a 3-1 lead. Erick Aybar with a 2-run double. San Diego leads it 3-1.
Well, the inning started with Solarte and the aggressiveness, but Eric Aybar turns on this fastball in that's elevated and hits the chalk down the left field line, and Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach, winds him up. Austin Hedges coming around and easily being waved in. 2 huge RBIs for the veteran shortstop, Eric Aybar.
When you think about last night, that home run really getting him going, and he carries it into tonight with another big hit, a double to drive in 2. Like Butcher, the pitching coach out there, trying to calm down Corbin, who has given up 3 straight hits here. It all kind of started with a misplay at third base by Jake Lamb. 2 runs in, nobody out. Alan Cordoba making his way to the plate. A smile for Austin Hedges.
Well, it's got to be frustrating for Corbin because he leads the majors at 23 unearned runs dating back to the start of the 2016 season, adding to that total.
It's got to be like, here we go again.
Yeah.
Breaking ball for strike 1 to Cordoba. Flied out to the left fielder Yasmani Tomas in the 3rd inning.
Might not be a bad spot to put a bunt down. Even with a pitcher up next, Clayton Richard can handle the bat.
Lunges after that, 0-2. Notice how often I say Yasmani Tomas. I just like saying it.
Comes off your tongue.
I never just go with Tomas. It's always Yasmani Tomas. I love it.
I do too.
I noticed it last night that I do it.
And now you're backing it up.
Yeah. 0-2 is in the dirt, and it's 1-2. A double for Solarte started it. Hedges with his single. A 2-run double by Eric Aybar has given the Padres a 2-run advantage. Trying to win another series here, and a chance to do that with a win tonight. Strike 3 call. Cordoba frozen. Strikeout number 4 for Patrick Corbin.
Saturday, it's FS1 doubleheader. Bryce Harper and the Nationals step up to the plate against the New York Mets and the big bat of Cespedes, followed by the Cardinals versus the Brewers. It's a perfect day to watch baseball, and it all starts Saturday at 1 p.m. on FS1.
Landry Green was talking about it before the game. It's all about winning series. Padres able to take 2 out of 3 from the Giants. They took 2 out of 3 from the Rockies in Colorado. We're going into Atlanta, getting swept in that 4-game series, and chance here tonight to win this series.
Yeah, and even to further that too, Don, you think about establishing, playing well at home. You know, a lot of teams in the success, it comes with playing well at home and then 500 baseball on the road. Very difficult to win on the road, but you have to have successful series at home. This would be a great start for the Padres.
Richard grounds one down the first baseline, foul. Clayton had fly to center field in the 3rd inning. His 2nd at bat. 1 for 6 at the plate so far for the Padres pitcher on the year. Aybar, the relatively short lead at second base, got Ahmed right in behind him. And a swing and a miss for Richard, who goes chasing on the breaking ball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Corbin, 5 in all. Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Two down in the 5th. Aybar at second base, top of the order. Manuel Margot coming up. Margot has grounded out to second and grounded out to third. Alex Petco so far. .333 the batting average for him. Of course, 2 home runs here The home opener, softly chopped. Lamb have another chance, and this time makes good and retires Margot. Eric Ibar comes up with a double that drives in Yangervis Solarte and Austin Hedges. And with the double, the Padres have a 3-1 lead. One lead as we head into the 6th inning for Clayton Richard. Richard has retired 5 in a row as he enjoyed a 1-2-3 5th inning, and now back out there for the 6th. Jake Lamb, Yasmani Tomas, and Brandon Drury at bat here in the 6th inning.
He's pounding the strike zone tonight. High percentage of those first pitch strikes.
Lamb got a base hit off him in the 1st inning, singling to left. 1 for 2. And a pop-up foul, a lot of play. 0-2. Richard looking for his 2nd win of the year, coming in at 1-2. And did he go? They'll check. No, he did not, says Tony Randazzo.
He goes back to that slider.
Strike 3 call froze him, and he had struck out Goldschmidt to close out the 5th. Opens the 6th with a strikeout of Jake Lamb.
He could go back to that 2nd pitch of the at bat, the fastball in that set up this pitch. Tries to expose him with the slider before that, and then throws it right down there. Froze him.
One down here in the 6th. Tomas pops it up foul, backing out of play. That strikeout of Jake Lamb is the 6th strikeout of the night for Clayton Richard. Line into right field. Over the outstretched glove of Solarte at 2nd base. Tomas going the other way, has a 1-out base hit here in the 6th inning.
Now this is the tip of the cap. Perfect pitch on the bottom part of the strike zone, getting underneath that baseball, lining it to right center.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Brandon Drury coming up here. 2nd baseman for the Diamondbacks. Liner foul.
You're starting to see these Diamondbacks, because he's pounding the strike zone, they don't want to get deep in the count. Now they're really trying to be aggressive with that first pitch.
Drury has popped out to first, flying out to right. In the dirt and scooped up by Hedges.
Now Austin Hedges has been putting on a show, not only calling a good game, but handling those balls that are in the dirt. You have to give trust to your pitcher. He has done just that.
Fouled off down the right field line. And Richard ahead here. 1-2. Four to 6 strikeouts tonight have come on sliders for Clayton Richard.
And you wonder if he's going to go to the well again in this situation. It's like Drury is looking out over the plate. Like fastball up.
Line to center. Margot coming in. He's going to have to back off, let it drop, and kind of knocked it down. Keeps it in front of him, and one base for Tomas on the base hit to center by Drury. Well, it was a fastball at 93 miles an hour, and Drury lines it into center for a hit.
Oh, he's executing his pitches. You see the pitch elevated. Drury fights it off. It's the toughest play for the outfielder. That ball right in front of you. Looks like it's going to carry a little bit, and because he doesn't hit it flush, ends up dumping in front of Margot.
And if it gets by him, he is going to run a long time. And the Diamondbacks 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position, as Richard has really been able to bear down here in these tough spots. Diamondbacks left runners at second and third in the first, a runner at third in the second, runner at third in the third. See if Richard can get out of it again. Chris Iannetta has been a tough out tonight. He has doubled and singled and scored a run.
As a double play candidate as well.
Fouled off, and it's 0-2.
It's grounded into one double play on the year. This would be a big situation to get one here.
He's now got a 5-game hitting streak with a couple of hits tonight. Iannetta signing as a free agent in January this last offseason. And he'll take ball 2, 2-2. Iannetta, the all-time leader among catchers in games played for the Colorado Rockies. Hits it on the ground to short. To second for 1, on to first for 2. Mark Sweeney, you called it. Double play candidate, and Iannetta grounds into the 6-4-3 twin killing. We're 2 on with 1 away when Clayton Richard induced this ground ball and a double play. Padres have a 3-1 lead.
On TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go, presented by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Download the app and take Padres baseball wherever you go. It's a great app. Fox Sports Go. You have it?
I do. Ryan Schimpf leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And he fouls it off the end of the bat to the screen. Schimpf has struck out twice. Patrick Corbin has 5 strikeouts through the first 5 innings. This is pitch number 66 of his outing for the lefty. Stacking it up on the right side in a shift are the Diamondbacks on Ryan Schimpf. Home runs last year for the Padres. So far 3 in a young season for Ryan Schimpf. And unlike last year, playing virtually every day at third base. Strike 3 call, strikes out for the 3rd time in the ball game tonight, and that's strikeout number 6 for Corbin. Will Myers is coming up, and it's time now for the Bill Howe play of the game. Will Myers with a home run, his 4th of the year, extends the hitting streak to 11 games. And at the time gave the Padres a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st inning. Well, here he is for his 3rd at bat of the night. Homered in the 1st, as you saw, singled in the 4th, and a big swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Foul tipped, and it's 0-2. Send it down to Bob Scanlon.
You know, Don, we see Corbin out here during the 6th inning. They'll probably have to pinch hit for him next inning, but Torey Lovullo's philosophy, which his starting rotation this year from the get-go has been, he wants every one of those guys to expect to go 7 innings. He doesn't want anybody peeking over their shoulder. We saw that last night. Even after Greinke gave up the home run, he did not get his bullpen up until the 2nd hit of that inning. He's hoping that relaxes his starters and gives them a little bit more confidence.
Now you think about this, Bob, and the Diamondbacks relievers have been a struggle the last few years. They've had to restructure that a little bit. Archie Bradley has been a very good story out of the Diamondbacks. Top prospect, but shifting to the bullpen has been a very good thing for Archie.
No doubt, it's been a great change, and we've seen that here with the Padres as well. Brad Hand is a great example of it. Brandon Maurer as well. Both of those guys have really embraced those bullpen roles, but you're right, the Diamondbacks bullpen has been their Achilles heel for a number of years now. But I think Lovullo just trying to get all of their guys a little bit more relaxed than they were last season, starting by just saying, look, here's the ball, go get them as long as you possibly can.
You know, Bob, you've been there before too. Is that easier to set up the roles when it comes to bullpens if you're a manager?
No doubt about it, and both managers, Andy Green was talking about it today as well with his bullpen and how he sits guys down and explains, here's why I put you in that situation, here's what to expect. He had to do that with Zach Lee the other day, a guy that's pretty new to the bullpen.
And Myers strikes out here looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Corbin, 7 in all now.
Fastball cutting in on the plate. You got to credit Iannetta for sticking that on the inside part.
So 2 down here in the inning, and it brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe struck out swinging in the 1st inning and grounded out to shortstop in the 4th, getting his 3rd look at Corbin.
Well, Patrick's been pretty efficient tonight. It's a 76 pitch. Both of these pitchers have been pounding the strike zone.
Last 2 nights, some great pitching here at Petco Park. All the starters. Swing and a miss, and Renfroe strikes out as Corbin ends up striking out the side. We played 6, 3-1 Padres. Montgomery. Padres jumped on top 1-0. Will Myers with his 4th home run of the year in the 1st inning. Diamondbacks would answer in the 2nd. As this ball driven by Nick Ahmed into right field would score. Chris Iannetta on the collision with Austin Hedges. Hedges got roughed up a little bit as the mask came off him, and then a big 2-run double down the line and left all the way to the corner for Eric Ibar. They would score Solarte and Hedges, and the Padres holding on to a 3-1 advantage into the 7th. And first pitch swinging is Nick Ahmed, fouling it off to the right out of play. Starting pitcher Patrick Corbin is coming out on deck here. Looks like he will bat for himself and stay in this game. He's thrown 77 pitches through the first 6 innings. Strike 2.
Well, that two-seamer just has such a good finish to it. It's been good on his arm side and the glove side tonight.
The Diamondbacks starters have been so good. 3.10 ERA, 3rd best in Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss, and Ahmed strikes out on the breaking ball. 7 strikeouts for Clayton Richard.
Sets him up, pitching inside, and then goes to the slider. Right on the outside part of the plate.
And now they have called back Corbin. It is going to be Mathis who's going to pinch hit. So they had him out there in the on-deck circle, and Torey Lovullo changed his mind, or I'm not sure if he was just sending him out there as a decoy. But Mathis coming up. He did the catching in last night's game. Lovullo going with him here, and that's the end of the night now for Patrick Corbin. Mathis down the line. It is a foul ball.
You got to think that's pretty good news for the Padre offense. Patrick Corbin tonight looked very comfortable. It's a good sign for the Diamondbacks. They're looking for him to have a bounce back year.
He came in with a 2.81 earned run average to help along with their very good overall team ERA. 3.10 through 77 pitches, 52 for strikes, had 8 strikeouts.
Well, again, the 2013 All-Star, and he was a budding star. Before that Tommy John surgery, everyone thought of him as being a bona fide #1.
Mathis sprays it foul.
And get back to that. You know, Zach Greinke's there for Torey Lovullo. This starting rotation starts to look dominant. Get those guys going. Robbie Ray is in that rotation.
Swing and a miss, and Clayton Richard picks up his 8th strikeout of the night. 2 down in the 7th inning.
Well, he's feeling it. This looked like a 4-seamer. Right over the barrel of Mathis.
2 down in the 7th, and A.J. Pollock top of the order coming up. Came into the game red hot, but Richard has quieted him down to this point, getting him to ground out 3 times. Speaking of ground outs, 9 total ground ball outs for Clayton Richard in the game. Pollock to right center field. On the move is Renfroe, not going to get there. It's quickly through to the track and the wall. Pollock can fly, headed to second base, and he'll stop there. Throw back in, missing the cutoff man, but getting to third base, and Pollock with a 2-out double here in the 7th inning. That was a gapper up the alley in right center.
Well, you said earlier, Don, he is starting to heat up. Really nice piece of hitting, going the other way, committed to going on the outside part of the plate and shooting that gap.
Andy Green coming out here looks like to make a double switch. And Richard at the moment at 97 pitches. Brad Hand had been warming in the pen, so a pitching change here. Padres have a 3-1 lead with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And a pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. Brad Hand will be coming in. Very, very good tonight.
Had everything working tonight, Don, and got ahead, pounded the strike zone with his two-seam. Had a really good slider tonight, changed up at times, but both sides, his arm side and his glove side, and the wipeout slider, and racked up strikeouts because he got in that position tonight. Great effort, 73% strikes.
8 strikeouts along the way. Responsible for the runner at second base, and A.J. Pollock as he departs. A double switch, and his pitching change is brought to you by El Cajon Ford as Brad Hand now into the game. 7th appearance for Hand. Righties do not have a hit against him, and lefties only at 111. Pollock started towards third, then stopped and returned to the bag at second base. Not sure why he stopped.
Looked like he was timing him as well. I thought he had it timed perfectly.
He's been pretty good in this spot in the year. 2 down, runner at second. Represents a tying run, batting here in the 7th inning. Richard not walking anybody in his 6 2/3 innings. Through 97 pitches, 71 for strikes. And hoping the bullpen can help him out. Came in individually into this game, 1 and 2.
Chris Owings loves the ball up.
Keeps it down, and it's 1 and 2.
That's where you got to live. Especially with 2 strikes, he can fight it off. Has that short, compact approach. See if they stay with the breaking ball here.
Good size lead at second for Pollock. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Got away from Hedges briefly, and he throws high off the glove of Myers, and it'll be 1st and 3rd. Reaching at first base is Owings. So they had him struck out, but an errant throw. That one kind of rising on Myers and off of his glove, and now you got runners at the corners.
Well, credit Yangervis Solarte for getting over there, not taking things for granted. The strikeout in the slider in the dirt. Austin Hedges comes up and throws a bullet right off the glove, but Solarte, with the awareness, keeps Pollock at third base.
The strikeout, the error charge to the catcher Hedges on the throw. And it's 1st and 3rd, and Hand now's got to deal with Goldschmidt.
I'm surprised Pollock didn't continue on. Might be a break for the Padres.
Swing and a miss. 1 for 5 in his career against Brad Hand. Under 3rd, the responsibility of Clayton Richard, the departed starter. And first out of the pen tonight for San Diego. Goldschmidt fights it off, and it's 0-2. And thought he was out of the inning on the strikeout of Owings. But he got away from Hedges briefly and had to throw down to first base, could not do it. And the error charge to the catcher has runners at 1st and 3rd, and this inning continues. 0-2. Goldschmidt with a swing and a miss, again away from Hedges. This time he makes the good throw that ends the inning. So Hand with a couple of strikeouts as it turns out. And the second one finally ends the inning in the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch, 3-1 Padres.
Oh, let's do it.
You spent 13 years in the minor leagues before ever making your major league debut. What kept you going?
The love of the game, the passion I had to play the game of baseball. People are like, how did you do that? How'd you do that? It was easy for me because I was playing baseball. I would not change my journey because it's prepared me for what I do now.
See more of Alan Zinter's afternoon of yoga and baseball on this week's Padres POV presented by Nissan. Tomorrow after Padres Live on Fox Sports San Diego.
I don't know if I could stand on one foot like that.
No chance.
I don't think yoga's happening for me.
No chance.
I think it's canceled for none.
How about yoga pants?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're restricting.
Randall Delgado is the new pitcher now for the Diamondbacks.
How about a stretch?
So I can't do yoga.
Let's do
But
this.
I would wear the yoga pants.
You would?
Yes, absolutely.
I need a stretch.
Stretch.
Water and a stretch is the key. That hurts.
That hurts, doesn't it? Everything hurts. So I'm not doing yoga. Yoga's canceled. On the ground to shortstop. Ahmed has been busy in this game, and he throws out Solarte. Second time he's done that.
The downward dog.
How much of that standing on one foot do you do in yoga, do you know?
Well, if it's happened more than 3 seconds, I'm falling.
One out in the 7th, and it brings up Austin Hedges. Single in the 5th came around to score the 3rd Padres run. Padres are being out hit in this game 9-5 by the Diamondbacks, but San Diego making the most of their opportunities and holding on to a 3-1 lead.
You touched on it earlier, Don, with the stressful innings that Clayton Richard had, being able to work out of the stretch, but it didn't matter to him. He looked very comfortable even out of the stretch.
On the ground, foul outside of 3rd. So Richard charged with just the 1 run tonight in 6 2/3. Scattered 9 hits, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 8. Through 97 pitches, 71 of them for strikes. Corbin giving up 3 runs. He leaves on the hook after 6 innings. He struck out 8. Didn't walk anybody, so neither starter walking anybody in this game.
Well, as you said earlier, too, the back-to-back efforts from both sides with the starting pitching.
And Corbin bouncing back pretty well tonight after a tough outing against the Dodgers last time out. In the air to left field, down the line, deep, far, and gone. A home run. Austin Hedges hits his 3rd of the year, and the San Diego Padres have jumped on top 4-1. Second home run of the game for the Padres, and it belongs to Austin Hedges.
Watch the finish on this swing. Down and in, and the side swing will show it. Gets fooled just a little bit, but the extension through the baseball for the young backstop. Starting to show his power game after that bullet he hit in his last at bat.
Now Eric Ibar 1 for 2. Grounded out to 3rd base in the 2nd, doubled in the 5th. Austin Hedges giving the Padres some more breathing room here with a home run. Now the home run that he hit on the road, getting that first hit out of the way, going 0 for 24 to begin the year. You just see the weight of the world lifted off his shoulders.
Oh yeah. Priority number 1 is catching, calling the game.
Which he's done a great job at.
He has, and Andy Green, the manager of the Padres, has always talked highly of how he has his body of work behind the plate, which is a priority. But now you're starting to see him make adjustments, gain confidence in the batter's box. That's a good sign. He's going to put the effort in.
Eric Ibar, a couple of RBIs with that double back in the 5th inning. Give the Padres a 3-1 advantage at the time. They've added another run. Now swing and a miss, and Ibar goes chasing after that. Strikes out, 9th strikeout for.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
2 down here in the 7th brings up Alan Cordoba, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Fly to left, struck out looking. Cordoba starting back-to-back nights in left field. Jankowski had been starting in left and was off, but now in the game as part of a double switch. And Jankowski waiting on deck, batting out of the 9 spot as part of that double switch. Now playing in right field as well. Renfroe coming out. They made the pitching change. Richard coming out, Hand coming in. Brad Hand did a great job.
Well, anytime you get a lead, you have to go on the defense. Travis Jankowski inserted with Manny Margot, and Renfroe is in right field, but you need defense for the end of the game.
Cordoba strikes out to end the inning, but a home run for Austin Hedges. Hedges gets his third of the year and gives the Padres a 4-1 lead.
The pregame show the need for Clayton Richard to change eye level.
And he really's done a great job. Great slider tonight, down and in right here to Tomas. And right here, up running a fastball up and in on
Jake
Lamb. And then coming back to him with a slider down, get him locked up. But he's done a great job tonight, changing levels. Really good velocity on his fastball, up to 94 miles an hour tonight.
8 strikeouts. So when Steve and I see on Padres Live, the post-game show brought to you by Cox Communications, we'll break down everything that happened here. You'll hear from Andy Green, and we're going to get you set for that Marlins series beginning tomorrow. And guys, should be a really good one. They're talking about the Marlins having perhaps the best outfield in all of baseball. So we'll get you set for that after the final out.
All right, Mike and Finn, thanks very much. Looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be a good series, but this has been a very good series as well.
It has. Always in April, you're playing those division rivals. So important to get off to a good start against them.
Now Jake Lamb leading it off here in the 8th inning. Hand back out there again, and Lamb chases after that. What about all the outings that Hand had last year? By far and away more than he's ever had in his career. 82 of them coming out of the pen for the Padres. What effects that might have on this season? There have been none.
0, and he's back on track and looks very comfortable and very versatile out of that bullpen. Fox tracks by Nissan, pepper in that outside part of the plate, and only 1 pitch inside.
And with a base hit back in the 1st inning. Strike 3 call. That one frozen. That's a 3rd strikeout for Hand, and there's 1 out here in the 8th inning.
Well set up, and the breaking ball exposes Jake Lamb again. There's nothing you can do with this pitch.
How about 11 strikeouts in this game for Padres pitching? Richard had 8, Hand with 3 so far, and 1 down in the 8th. Yasmani Tomas. Tomas with a base hit to right his last time up, 1 for 3. Pretty good series, 3 for 8 in the series. Grounder right side. Solarte plays the hot. 2 down in the 8th inning. Well, the Marlins are on their way in. Just finishing up a series against the Seattle Mariners. And of course, Trevor Cahill be on the mound in game one. How about Giancarlo Stanton? Love to watch him hit.
One of the best power hitters in the game, if not the best. All about health for him. He has been out with major injuries the last couple of seasons. But he's a showstopper swinging the bat. But Christian Yelich is another guy that's developing. It's a talented outfield, as Mike Pomeranz talked about earlier.
And Drury batting with 2 down here in the 8th. With a single to center field in the 6th inning. Andy Green tonight getting more work from hand. Had to get, as it worked out, 2 outs in the 7th inning. And 2 so far here in the 8th. Well, he had the strikeout of Owings, but an errant throw by Hedges. But Hedges made up for it, atoned for that miscue, coming back and hitting a home run in the bottom half of the inning to give the Padres a bigger lead. On top now, 4-1.
Fastball in.
Swing and a miss, and Hand with his 4th strikeout. A 1-2-3 8th inning. Brandon Drury down by way of the K, and Brad Hand continues to dominate. Padres have a 4-1 lead. Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. By Petco, your complete pet store with all the nutrition, supplies, and services you need. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. It's a 4-1 Padres lead. Travis Jankowski will be leading it off here for the Padres in the last half of the 8th inning, trying to add on to a 3-run advantage. Andrew Chafin now in the game for the Diamondbacks.
Here comes Chafin as the numbers you see this season. 4 innings of work, 3 strikeouts, and he's a fastball slider combination and loves the slider, especially with 2 strikes.
So Jankowski is part of a double switch, taking over in right field, leads it off here in the last of the 8th.
Not a bad time to lay a bunt down in this situation, try to add on.
Jankowski takes strike 1. Randall Delgado went an inning giving up a hit. That was the home run by Austin Hedges, and had a couple of strikeouts. 10 strikeouts for Diamondbacks pitching in the game. Padres pitchers with 12. Well pitch ball game. Close pitch, evens up at 2-2. Well, Clayton Richard was in there. He had 1 3-ball count, didn't walk anybody.
Oof.
Strike 3 call. Jankowski frozen on that pitch. First out here, the bottom of the 8th inning, and let's review our keys to the game brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, Will Myers tonight trying to get on because of how well he has been swinging the bat. No runners on base in his appearances, and solid infield defense. 1 infield error, 1 double play turned. Really, the story of this game was the strikeouts from Clayton Richard.
1 out, Manuel Margot, 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times. All that was against the starter Patrick Corbin with the first 6 innings of this game tonight for the Diamondbacks, and right now on the hook. On the bullpen, as you might imagine, Padres closer Brandon Maurer is up. So is Torres. I imagine if the Padres add on here with a run or 2, you may see Torres. If not, the closer Maurer would be coming in and trying to get back-to-back saves here. Save last night, just his 2nd of the year. Haven't been a lot of opportunities for him. He pitched great last night, finishing it off. Strike call. And Schimpf waiting on deck with 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, and Margot on the backswing knocks the mask off of Iannetta. He strikes out, and Iannetta's mask coming off. So back-to-back Ks for Chafin, and that's 4 Ks in a row for the Diamondbacks, and look at that follow through.
Oh, so you want to be a catcher?
No, thank you. So 2 down now in the 8th, and here's Ryan Schimpf. Tough night at the plate, who struck out 3 times. Shifting on Schimpf. Oh, and 2.
Now Ryan's in a bad spot because he's starting to guess. One thing when you're in a struggle, as we see the shift, is you have to be able to hit off the fastball.
On the ground to first base, Goldschmidt will gather and tag the bag to end the inning. Well, we are headed to the 9th inning. Looks like it's going to be some Maurer power. It's 4-1 Padres. And there have been a lot. How about Shelby Miller, who started the series, game 1 for the Diamondbacks, 7 1/3, 1 earned run, struck out 5 along the way. It was very good for Arizona. But the Padres would bounce back in game 2 behind the arm of Jhoulys Chacín. 8 innings, 3 hits, and no runs. And Eric Aybar, that home run last night in the last of the 8th inning, a solo shot. That's all the Padres would need. And our Carl's Jr. star of the game tonight, Clayton Richard, who had 6 2/3, giving up 1 run, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 8. Right now, the pitcher of record for the Padres.
It's almost like stars of the western sky. Doesn't that have a good ring to it?
It does. Wish I had thought of it. 2 for 2 and save opportunities on the year for Mauer. Chris Iannetta leading it off here for the Diamondbacks. Iannetta with 2 hits on the night, a double and a single. Both have gone to left field. Thought about it, didn't go after it, and it evens at 1-1. Swing and a miss. Not a pretty swing right there for Iannetta.
Yeah, he's sitting on the fastball and trying to cheat on it.
Changed his mind in the middle of that swing.
Been there.
Got to be a bad feeling.
It's not a good feeling.
In the dirt, 2-2. Iannetta now, Nick Ahmed waiting on deck. Fouled off over by Ahmed. Richard for 6 2/3. Hand went an inning and a third. A great job by Brad Hand tonight. 4 strikeouts. Didn't give up any hits.
Now 4 straight sliders. You wonder if they're going to go to the fastball here.
Ooh, what was that? Full count now. They did go to the fastball. 98. And I think a strike.
Did Austin take this out? Well, that's down in the zone.
Left side, Aybar to the backhand. 1 down in the 9th inning. So Mauer with the first out. And Nick Ahmed coming up here now for the Diamondbacks. Ahmed has driven in the only Diamondbacks run. His single back in the 2nd inning scored Chris Iannetta with that run. Daniel Descalso has come out on deck here for the Diamondbacks with that in the pitcher's spot as Ahmed takes the pitch outside. Diamondbacks have had their chances. They have left 8 men on base in this game. Padres have left only 1. Strike 1.
I'll tell you what, Brandon Mauer is the fastball slider combination, but threw really good changeups last night, including the last pitch to Jake Lamb. Most of those closers have that 2-pitch mix, but if you add another wrinkle to it, you can throw that changeup. It's such a benefit.
Even if it's just in the back of their minds that you have it. That's strike 2.
And that's where it sets it up. That changeup at the beginning that's thrown for a strike. It's in the back of your mind. Frozen on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Two pitch. Ahmed strikes out, 2 down in the 9th inning. First K for Mauer.
Well, he gets behind this fastball, back-to-back fastballs, 97. No chance.
13 strikeouts in the game for Padres pitching. Mauer has 2 outs in the 9th inning. Descalso pinch hitting and swinging and missing for strike 1. Just a 136 average for Descalso so far. Pinch hitting and taking ball 1. A 1-1 from Mauer. Line foul off to the left. And he's jumped ahead, 1-2. Mauer will stare in to find out what he'll throw. Petco Park standing is one. The 1-2. Tap foul. Got a piece of Hedges, and he stays alive.
Oh, he got smoked. Picks up speed off that foul ball right into the chin of Austin Hedges.
It really was low on the mask.
Been a rough night for Austin on the head region.
Already banged up. Chris Iannetta, the Diamondbacks catcher, coming around on the baseline at the plate. Took the mask right off him. And a collision. Diamondbacks only run. 2-2. Back-to-back changeups for Mauer. Two-two pitch. Up and away, full count. .98, but he missed. Trying to finish off the Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss. Mauer struck him out, and the Padres win. Back-to-back nights that Mauer has picked up a save for the Padres. Padres win the series as they take 2 out of 3 from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Very well pitched game tonight, and Mauer at the exclamation point to end it with a strikeout. 14 strikeouts tonight for Padres pitching. So only fitting that it ended on a strikeout tonight. Padres win the series, and we send it to Mike Pomeranz. Mike.
Don, thanks very much.